From MacRumors.com, starting in 2023, Netflix plans to ask people who share accounts with others outside of their household to pay to do so. Netflix has been testing add-on payments for password sharing in some Latin American countries, charging around $3 extra. In these countries, the primary account owner must provide a verification code to anyone outside the household who wants to access the account, with Netflix repeatedly asking for the code until a monthly fee is paid to add non-household subscribers. Netflix will enforce password sharing rules through IP addresses, device IDs, and account activity. To keep from alienating customers, Netflix may slowly phase out password sharing rather than putting a stop to it all at once. Yeah, I'm sorry, Netflix. Even if you just slowly phase out password sharing, you're still going to get a tsunami of hate for this decision. Like, this is just so fucking stupid. And I know why they're doing this too, because Netflix has been struggling in this past year. I think in 2022 alone, more people have unsubscribed than there were people who did subscribe to Netflix. But let's be honest, Netflix's catalog kind of fucking sucks. Beyond heavy hitters like Stranger Things, a lot of the shit on Netflix is just benign bullshit. Anytime they make it a series that's worth a fuck, canceled after 1 or 2 seasons. So what the fuck is the point in binging a show you may enjoy when you know there's a chance that Netflix may cancel it prematurely? Do you want to know a good strategy of getting people to subscribe to your service? Have good fucking content. Before Discovery was hell-bent on destroying it, HBO Max was like the undisputed king of streaming services. Because when people hear the name HBO, they typically think of prestige TV, high-quality shows that are actually worth watching. And just up until earlier this year, HBO Max was fucking killing it. I'm pretty sure it was even the biggest streaming service for a while. Again, before Discovery fucking destroyed it. But my point is, you can't just keep churning out garbage like you do, Netflix. Because it seems like your current strategy is just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. And now it seems like you want to punish your customers for your own failings. Look, I get it. It's been difficult for Netflix ever since all of these other streaming services cropped up, because Netflix used to be the undisputed king, because there was really no other competition. Netflix is like the OG, or one of the OG streaming services. Way back when, other networks would just put their shows on Netflix, and people had one streaming service where all the content was. But then all these other networks and companies figured out that it would be a better business model to not host their content on Netflix, but to instead compete with Netflix. So once a lot of the shows that people sub to Netflix for were taken off and put on other streaming services, Netflix had to rely on their originals a lot more. And a lot of their original shows and movies are just boring pieces of fucking shit. I remember like 2 years ago, my mom watched this Netflix original movie called, I think it was Tall Girl, or something like that. I was watching along with her for the first few minutes, and then I wanted to go to fucking sleep. She didn't like it that much either. I don't even know why she had any interest in watching the movie in the first place, but she did for some reason. I'm currently binging a show on Netflix, but it's not an original. It's Seinfeld, a show from the fucking 80s. The only original Netflix show I really give a fuck about is Stranger Things. I also watched the Jeffrey Dahmer show recently, but that was a miniseries. And yes, it was fantastic, but that was more a diamond in the rough rather than the expected quality of a Netflix original series. But anyways, instead of actually improving your service and addressing the concerns and complaints regarding your service and the content on your service, you just want to punish your customers and charge them more money. That's a really good fucking business model. Depending on which tier you buy, Netflix is one of the most expensive streaming services out there. And now, if you want to share your account with someone outside of your household, you potentially have to pay even more money. Netflix recently rolled out an even cheaper plan, with ads, and even that didn't work out very well. It's their least popular tier. So you really think charging customers even more money, doing the exact opposite of what you did with your cheapest tier, is going to work out well? Oh jeez, you got another fucking thing coming, Netflix. But what's easily my biggest fear is other streaming services are going to look at what Netflix is doing, and especially if this decision is successful and the community doesn't push back enough, Other services will be like, that's actually a pretty good fucking idea. Let's also crack down on password sharing. And then you'll start seeing all of these other streaming services begin to charge extra if you password share with someone who lives outside of your house. And I would not be surprised if someday this extends to people who do actually live with you. My household recently got Paramount Plus. We don't pay for it, we share it with one of my mom's coworkers, who was nice enough to lend her his account. And if this actually becomes common practice, we might have to say goodbye to Paramount Plus soon, because I doubt my mom and her coworker are good enough friends to the point where he would gladly pay extra so a household full of people he doesn't fucking know besides my mother can continue to watch a streaming service that's tied to his account. Boy, if this decision actually does go over well, the future of streaming services sure do look bleak. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.